Years old. So
Okay,
you've been
bro.
here for 30 years. Okay. Perfect. You ready? Okay. So tell me your name, and the name of your business.
Well, my name is James Richards, and the name of my business is Southeast Electrical Contractors.
And how long has Southeast Electrical Contractors been in the Bayview?
Since 1984, we're over 30 years. And it's grown out of being in the Bayview because I've grown out of the Bayview, and that's where I've always lived in the Bayview, and so that's my company. Southeast, meaning the south of San Francisco and east of San Francisco. So it's Southeast Electrical Contractors.
Now tell me about this other organization that you started in 1994.
Aboriginal Black Men United, and we call ABU for short, but that's the organization that we organize to assure that our people in the community will get jobs, because most times the jobs that we had that were few, people came from the outside and got those jobs and left us outside the fence, trying to get work. So we organized and shut those jobs down and made sure that these people acknowledge the people in Bayview Hunters Point.
And you've had that ABU, you started that when?
In 1994.
Okay. So just remember, you could say I started ABU in 1994.
Okay.
That's just so we can edit it.
Okay.
That's okay. It's okay.
Yes.
So we're here today because we're talking about Renaissance and the work they've done in the Bayview and celebrating 16 years of them being in the community. But I want you to take me back 16 years, about there, and what was the Bayview like then?
Well, back 16 years ago, there wasn't a lot of work during that time. That's almost like doing a recession, for the amount of work that's coming into the community. Matter of fact, the whole city. I think everybody was making money off the training. All the CBOs and the organizations was training people, but didn't have jobs once they finished training. And but the businesses, even though struggling businesses, we were still getting help from the Bayview Resource Center. And that's where I was at that time. And I think that I was going out into the community, still yet fighting to get work.
What made you, you seem like this activist, what made you feel like you needed to be the person out there getting people in the Bayview jobs? Tell me about your background. You said you were born and raised in the Bayview?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about where you came from and how long you've been here.
Well, I'll tell you. Back in 1965, I was working at the poverty program that was here, and it was before the riots, and I was born out of the riots. And when you see big tanks coming down 3rd Street and all these big guns and everything for you, then it's something that leaves something inside of you that make you want to anger and want to fight and then bring justice to the people. And it's never left me. And today I still have that fire inside of me to fight, for making sure my people have the rights that they deserve.
So tell me about the Bayview, the culture of the Bayview. What are the people in the Bayview like to you? How do you define this area of the city? And how's it different from the rest of San Francisco?
The Bayview is such a different community because it's always been, we love each other. We might bicker like a family, but we always have loved each other. And it's a culture that comes from maybe from the South. Our parents brought this culture here, but anyone can say that Bayview Hunters Point was divided and couldn't come together. It's not like today. I'm just saying, but today it's a different community. With young people fighting each other, No, that's not where we come from. And if you define the culture in Baby Hunters Point, you would kind of love, everlasting love, that we have here. And I think that it's going to always be that way.
What do you tell the young people in the Bayview today when you see all the fighting and you know what it used to be? What do you say to them today to try to make change? Can it change?
Yeah, it can change. We have fought for to change. We have organized. ABU have organized what they call turfs, and we have had all the turfs from Hunters, from Sunnydale to Double Rock to Oakdale to Harbor Road to West Point. We have had them all together, and we had Project One Love, and it was totally successful, in bringing everyone together. And if the people would last that way, because sometimes our resources, they take the resources away, and if you take the resources away and you take the jobs away, then you have nothing to offer the youngsters, But now we have jobs back, and we're organizing again. We're getting them to get jobs again, and it is just tremendous the way things are happening right now. It is just I just love the way to see these youngsters. I go fight for them, for the unions and community based and these contractors, and I'm loving it, and they're loving it.
So we're now in 2017. You just spoke about that. You see jobs coming to the community. You see some change happening. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, I say it's an economic boom right now, and especially for industrial and building. And we're trying to get our young people have an advantage right now to go get into the union, get a trade, get a craft. And they're the ones that get the benefit of this, and they, I'm saying, are loving this. They are like a new person, and I wish some of the people in the community could come out and don't be afraid of them, and come out and talk to them and give them a more ideal of where they can go, And I think that together we all could change this, as you said. We could change them and take what we do, and we take that 9mm gun out their hand, and we put a hammer in their hand, or we put a drill in their hand, This is what we do. We take the drugs out their hand, and we put, drills in their hand, and make them feel like they are somebody now. And they can go forward, they have hope, with their little families and stuff like that.
What are the 3 words you would use to describe the Bayview?
My words would be that it's hope and love, and I'm going to say we need economic development.
Okay, now can you say that? The 3 words I would use to describe the Bayview are? Just say exactly.
The 3 words that I would describe the Bayview community are love, hope, economic development.
What do you think what's the biggest thing that's going to take to make a change in the Bayview? You said there's a lot of economic development right now, but what else is it going to take to make a change in the Bayview, or are we seeing this change right now?
Yeah, we're seeing the change right now because there's jobs. The number one theme that's going to help the young people are jobs, and that's what we're doing. There's a lot of other areas of concern, like education, and which we really need. But our part is jobs. We fight for jobs, and we get jobs for young people and get them save their lives, And we don't get jobs for young people to go buy them a new Cadillac, a big screen TV, or something. We saving lives, Get them off the corner, get that gun out their hand, you know what I mean, and make everybody, man. When they say transparency, everybody can see, what's really going on. And I wish they would take a look out their windows I know the windows are barred up and the doors are got, all this, where they can't see. But come outside and see what's really going on now. Come out and see, ride down the street and see. There's no guns now, very few guns. There's no dope. They want jobs. And if the people would help us, come out and help us to fight to get the jobs, it would be a tremendous, more big of a change.
So you just said it, but your message to all these contractors and construction companies, we see all this building going on in the city. What is your message to these big companies that how they could help really use this part? Bayview is a part of San Francisco,
Yes.
and it feels like sometimes they forget that, like it's its own little world. So
Yeah.
what do you think, because everyone's like, we want to be a part of the community, the tech, community, the hospitals that are being built, the Warriors Stadium that's going to
Yeah.
be built. How do we get the message to them that we are a part of this community? What is it going to take that will get them to understand the role and why it's important for them, is good business for them to use people in this community?
Well, one thing is that we have other organizations that's supposed to be reaching out to these contractors citywide, and we fought ourselves as ABU for the legislation that's for local hiring. But we have our local hiring is not only like citywide, but it's for those areas that's especially what we call would it affect us, But yeah, it's totally we should be involved in the whole city. We should not only be involved in Hunters Point, Bayview, but there's city jobs all over, and we should be involved in those. Not on, like you say, the hospital, the Mission Bay, and whatever. We should be involved in those. But the thing is, we're going to have to fight to get to be involved. They're not going to let us get involved. They're not going to involve us. And so it's like our motto is like, if we don't work, don't nobody work. And then never again are we going to let them come into our community and to take advantage of us, even the contractors or the people that can't work. But like you said, we need to be, we are San Franciscans. You got a youngster that's born on Navy Road, that's been on Harbor Road all his life. That he's more of a San Franciscan, of a local hire than the guy that's coming in from Santa Rosa every day. But yet still they won't recognize that and hire him. He can only work on Harbor Road. He can't work downtown on Mission Avenue. And yet he's a San Franciscan more than anybody. He's a 99% more of a San Franciscan than 99% of the people that's working down there. We need to do more.
My last question is, ABU and Renaissance and organizations such as yours are trying to help and create structure and get jobs. Why is it important that companies like that or organizations like Renaissance and ABU are here? Because how do we get kids to go to these places and feel that they have a place that they can learn, they can get some skills and they can get a job? How do we get them? What do you think the role is in like ABU and Renaissance?
I think that what we have to do is reach out to them and let them know that someone cares. Let them know that genuinely we have something for them. Not just talk, but that we have something when we're at the end of the day, when we come approach them, there's a job. We can tell all the good things. We want you to go home at night. We want you to put down all the drugs and put down all those other habits that you have, and get up in the morning. We're going to take you down to the union and we're going to get you a job, And we keep giving them hope like this. We got the Renaissance that's saying, hey, you want to be a business person? We have classes and resources for you to become a business person. So you put these two together collectively, and you have a brand new day, what I call a new day in Hunters Point.
Perfect. That's it, right? Can I ask you one last question?
Yes.
Tell me about this 3rd Street corridor. Like everybody calls it 3rd Street corridor. Have you seen a lot of change, a lot of different kind of businesses, or is there anything that you want to say about that?
Baby, I love 3rd Street, but I think that we need more economic development. We need more money put into developing 3rd Street. And I think like any other neighborhood where you can see that development, we need the same thing. You know, and that I just, one day I just pray that we can have the same type of 3rd Street with businesses out on the street corner, out on the sidewalk, drinking lattes or whatever, you know. I do, I see that, but it's a long time coming, but I do see that. Because as a child, when I was here, it was a lot of Jews here, white people. I mean, they owned shoe stores, 5 or 10 cent stores. I mean, you didn't even go downtown to shop. Downtown was 3rd Street. We didn't never, it was very seldom ever that we went to Market Street. We came down to 3rd Street. That was our shopping. That was that corridor you're talking about. Whenever we wanted to buy some pants, some shoes, whatever, we came to 3rd Street.
Perfect. That was it. Is there anything else?